Hi, I'm Mario Guerra, the two-time former mayor of the great city of Downey, and I'm here with my co-host, Eric Pierce, the editor of the Downey Patriot. And we're here today talking Downey with Mario
and Eric.
Welcome to Talking Downey with Mario and Eric. Eric, Super Bowl week is here, baby.
It is.
So let's talk about Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on coming up to this week?
You know, I got to be honest. I think you're a little bit more excited about the game than I am. You know, I'm not a big Rams fan. I'm a football fan, but I'm not. You know, I'm not going to pretend to be a Rams fan. You know, I'm hoping for a good game. That's what I'm
you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. So I was there Sunday.
You are a Rams fan.
I am a Rams fan. I used to take my younger son, my oldest son that's now 40-something, to the Anaheim Rams. I mean, I go back a long ways from that, and then I lost them when they went to St. Louis, and now they're back, baby. But I made a decision. We took my son Ryan, our 22-year-old, to the game on Sunday. We have now gone to an NFC Championship game watching the Rams. But Eric, I know you did go to SoFi earlier this year. So before we talk football, let's talk about our experiences. What are your thoughts on SoFi?
You know, so I went there about a month ago to watch the Chiefs against the Chargers. It was a great game. You know, it's a beautiful stadium. I like that it's indoor, outdoor. You get a breeze. Yeah. It feels really nice, and it feels brand new. It is brand new. Yeah. I like that you get some great views of the city, of LA. It's a beautiful stadium. The interesting part is the parking situation, getting there, getting in, getting out. And I feel like we're going to get it eventually. Like, I don't know yet. You know, Dodger Stadium, everybody has like a way to get to Dodger Stadium. Yeah. I'm not there yet with SoFi. I don't know the best place to park or to get dropped off. I don't know. But overall, it's a beautiful stadium. Yeah. The video board is just
it was amazing. It was amazing. So I did recon. My wife and I went there on last Saturday, because I wasn't sure either. And I had never been to a game. I had been there when they were building it. I was down on the ground floor, and maybe we can put a picture of this. Hans can get this in this podcast. But I had not been there. So kind of figured it out, thought, wasn't willing to pay the $400 for parking. So had our oldest son take us there and dropped Ryan and I off, and we came down Kareem Way, down Manchester and so forth. So we kind of figured out the day before, but it's terrible. It's the craziest thing. You build a $5 billion stadium, and they didn't figure out how to get you in, how to get you out, and there's not enough parking. So I was disappointed in that. But then, go ahead.
No. Do you think that's on purpose? I feel like they don't want people parking there. They want you to take public transportation. Yeah. They want you to get dropped off. That's my thinking.
It could very well be, because they keep pushing it. But I saw the lines for the public transportation there, the buses bringing you to the stadium from the metro station. And I'm not sure I want to play there either, you know. The lines for the Uber and the drive home services, that was very long. So let me tell you a little bit about my experiences on there. First of all, it was just exciting. I had to preach in the morning and mass at the 10 o'clock, and then came home, and believe it or not, they were selling Girl Scout cookies in the block over. So on the way there, we bought some Girl Scout cookies and put it on our clear backpack, so it was great. So we get there, and we get dropped off. Our son, Matt, did a great job, and we get dropped off a couple blocks away, and Ryan and I are going in. So they don't open the stadium till 1:30, and the stadium, if the game starts at 3:30. So we get in the line, and on that side, the forum side of the stadium, Eric, it took 40 minutes to go through two metal detectors. That was it. It was just kind of nuts. And we're sitting there, really, there's got to be a better way. Somebody designed, maybe they did it on purpose. So yes, they check with the vaccines, and yes, we're all wearing masks and so forth. But I tell you, once you get inside, it's like, hallelujah, hallelujah. It was awesome. It's just so beautiful.
And it's spacious.
Oh, yes.
There's room to walk around. You're not, you know, elbow to elbow with other people. Yeah. It's very spacious, and it's great.
I wanted to walk all the way around. There's one part on that level when you first come in, the 3, that you couldn't do it. They stop you because it's got VIP, rich people, bar stuff, and whatever. So, but we were just so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bought a foam finger and everything,
Yeah.
dude. It was just great. So we get to our seats. So the story, the week before,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to, after we win the game, to get to the NFC Championship against the 49ers, my wife was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on StubHub, and I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculously priced. Should I do it? And I'm like, no, count to 10, okay? Count to 10, I talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
Then I come back to it, and I did this 5 or 6 times. It was just, it's silly money, but I finally, I rationalized it. I'm just spending my kid's inheritance, okay? And I get a great memory with one of my sons on there, my youngest son on there. So I did it. Thank God my wife wasn't too upset with me. She was actually kind of happy and so forth. But the whole week, they don't give you printed tickets.
Yeah.
The whole week I'm nervous that when I get there, my electronic ticket is not going to work when I get to the gate. And yes, I know you can screenshot it. They won't let you. It's got a little thing going back and forth. They won't let you screenshot it, so you can't get in. So believe it or not, this is how old people think sometimes, the anxiety that we...
No, it's true.
I want to make sure, please let me in. I paid a lot of money
What
for
if your
this.
phone dies?
Yeah.
What if you forget your phone?
Yeah.
Everything can happen.
Yeah, I was never sure. I think the best time of the week was I finally got into the metal detector and my pacemaker didn't set it off. Okay, so now I'm happy. So we get in there, we find our seats, and it's just a great high. It was just exciting on there. You're there with your son. Then you realize to buy a beer is $20, and to buy a hot dog is $15 and so forth. But I figured, hey, that's just adding to the ticket cost because I spent so much money on the tickets.
Hey, no, I thought the food was okay. You mentioned the hot dogs. I
Yeah.
had a hot dog. I had some
Yeah.
chips, and I think I had some, I don't know,
Yeah.
ice cream. I think it was just okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I'll tell you, we had a pizza at halftime,
Yeah.
and it was gourmet type of pizza.
Is that
It
good or
was
bad?
No, in a good way.
In a good way.
Oh, it was a good way. It was a nice individual size with 4 cuts, but it was good quality.
Good.
And good quality pepperoni. I don't know
Yeah.
why I know that. But
You know what I did like is if you want to buy a beer, they had different beer stations
Yes.
around the stadium.
Yes.
So there were no lines. You
Yes.
could just go buy one if you wanted one.
Yes.
Very easy.
Yes.
That was
So
nice.
yeah. So you want to talk about mask? You want to ask me about mask?
Well, when I was there, I was wearing a mask because I don't mind wearing a mask.
Right.
99% of the people were not wearing masks.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So we come in with the mask, of course, and on mine, when I'm walking by, I'll put it right below my nose here and so forth. And if you look at my pictures that I posted on Facebook and stuff, of course I wasn't wearing a mask. I did the Eric Garcetti thing. I held my breath for all those pictures on it. That's stupid. Anyways, so we get to our seats, and yes, in the seats, I pulled it down, okay, and of course with the eating, but I pulled it down, I figured we're safe. I realized though, and we were in a good Rams section on there, I'll tell you about the jerk 49ers in a second, but I realized a nice man behind us, a dad, he's got his 2 kids, probably, 8 and 10 and so forth, nobody's wearing masks,
Yeah.
there's nobody. So then I put mine up for my own self-preservation. Yes, I wanted to be nice, but and then of course when you go use the restrooms, anytime you go to the public thing, for safety it made sense.
Sure.
But most people were not wearing
No.
a mask, and you're shouting. I mean, you're high-fiving.
Yeah.
You're hugging each other. It was crazy.
And
exciting.
there was no enforcement. There was zero
No,
enforcement.
no, there wasn't on it. And obviously, it's going to be interesting for the Super Bowl now because you saw the governor, Governor Newsom, you got Mayor Garcetti, Mayor London Breed from San Francisco. So they kind of set the tone. I think now, I think they might be more punitive and they might enforce it more because they feel like they might have to.
Right.
But
And it's on the national stage.
Yes.
So you want to set an example.
But what's interesting to me, and I'm not, me, I'm a very pro-vaccine person. There was, this last Sunday there were 70,000 people there. I don't see the things going up, and I know it's early, but if that hasn't happened in a place like the last game, the NFC game, it's before.
Yeah. So how were the 49er fans?
Oh my goodness, they were jerks. There were some that were very nice, and so I mean you have that on both sides. So let me tell you. So I paid more to get an aisle seat. It's the only filter I use. So we were on the 4th section. There's 5. So we weren't in the nosebleed. We were just one down.
Close.
But we were in row 3. Right? I always like to be closer and less walking up the stairs, even though you have to walk up. So I'm in row 3. It was great. So you're sitting there, but on row one, where you normally have the glass partition you could see through for the game, so these 49ers fans, but they felt obligated, and this is a big Ram section, they felt obligated to stand every play on purpose and then raise their arms. So you're sitting there, you're watching, and you're watching the play, and now they stand up every single play. So you end up watching the scoreboard. You know, you look at the game, and like the person just stood up. And again,
and you have a photo. We'll post a photo.
We'll post a photo. It was two people.
Yeah.
So the whole time, and everybody's yelling at them and the whole thing. So the one thing, though, they got theirs at the end because, you know, every time they stood up on their scene, especially in the fourth quarter, that the Rams would do something good. So then, when they finally did sit down a couple of times, we're yelling for them to stand up. And then everybody, the whole section was being sarcastic. Stand up for the Rams! Stand up for the... Anyway, but they were very obnoxious.
Yeah.
I do have another incident, and this is just rudeness. I don't know if it's 49ers fans, but I also have another photo. So the bathrooms were all packed, of course. So at halftime, you go to the men's restroom, and I'm not exaggerating, there was literally 75 to 100 people in line. It moves pretty fast, the bathroom seemed pretty big, but I am not exaggerating. So I'm finally about 10 people from the front, and these 3 49er fans get right in front of me to go to the bathroom. And I was very nicely said, "Excuse me, sirs, you know, the line's back there. There's a huge line on there." They just ignored me. So the man behind me, and even older than me, he gets all mad. He goes, "Hey guys, the line's back there." They ignored him. Everybody starts yelling at them. They ignored it. And even people saying, "How rude, how do you do that?" But by the way, I would be embarrassed. I understand there's an emergency, but then I would beg you, "Sir, I'm so sorry, I need to go, it's really bad," and blah, blah, blah. But they were just cold, callous, could care less. So we have a picture of them too. I took a picture after we get out. I couldn't believe the rudeness of people. I didn't see any fights. We did hear about the one gentleman.
Yeah, there was a 49ers fan who was apparently beaten up, and he's still in a coma, which is just terrible. I mean, no matter how you're acting, you can't justify any kind of violence. So we're hoping he gets better.
I know, that was terrible, and you're right. Nobody ever deserves that, even if you're being a jerk, which we don't know that for a fact. And it was sad that he was just left there and found, and he was there by himself, I guess, and so forth.
No,
so terrible thing. So whatever we do, the violence part has to stay out. I didn't see any fights. I mean, I stopped going to Raiders games in the Coliseum years ago. I couldn't justify taking my kids there, and there's 15 fights going on. So you got to be a little scared. So I leave, and by the way, I learned how to send a pin on my phone and my location on there. Our young son taught me that.
It comes in handy sometimes.
Oh my gosh, it came in real handy. So we're just excited. So now we win. It was, first of all, it cost me a fortune, I'm embarrassed to say, okay? How much I paid for 2 tickets, no parking on there. I basically spent my kids' inheritance, okay, for the 5 kids. They all, contributed to a great experience. I'll never forget it. It was memorable. It was amazing. I'm still high. It was just such a great, great day. Had 17,000 steps on my iWatch, so I earned it a little bit, but it was a great day.
Let's transition to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a good game. I'm not convinced that Cincinnati is going to put up much of a challenge. It remains to be seen. I'm the type of person who's looking forward to the commercials and to the halftime show, especially the halftime show. That's more my genre and my generation. I'm looking forward to it. But as far as a play on the field, do you think it's going to be competitive?
Yeah. By the way, I could care less about the halftime show. The artists that they have, I don't know any of them, and some of them are punks. And I will not be watching the halftime show. That's the time to get food and so on. I know I get some criticism for that, but I could care less.
But you know what? That's the beauty of the Super Bowl. They change. Sometimes it'll be the Rolling Stones or whoever, some other ancient rock band who I don't care about. But they mix it up, which is great. You can't please everybody.
I understand. I'm just not into rap, and I could care less on that. So I will not be watching the halftime show. I am looking forward to the commercials. Are always fun, and then the eating. And I think the Super Bowl has become a social thing with our friends. I mean, this year we'll be toned down at our house, and it'll just be family. But again, a lot less than in the past because of COVID. And actually, I'll probably get to watch the game more and so forth.
It's funny because I hate gathering with people on the Super Bowl because I usually want to watch the game. I don't want to be hosting people, entertaining people. because there's always people who don't know anything about football or the game.
Yeah.
They're talking. I want to focus on the game.
Yeah,
So,
I'll let you know in on a secret, okay? And my son Matt asked me, Dad, are you making Super Bowl chili? So every year I make this chili, okay? No 2 years are the same, okay? I just throw in all kinds of, I put mole, you got garbanzo, kidney beans, you got all kinds of different meats and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. Well, it's awesome 80% of the time. Once in a while you get a bad batch on there. And half my kids like it and the other half are like, really? Is that Super Bowl chili? But it's kind of fun. Anyway, so I will be making my Super Bowl chili. But I totally agree with you. It's more fun to watch the game we'll see this year. Bengals. This is funny when you said about the playing part. When we got in there to see the game on Sunday, obviously the Bengals game was on the scoreboard, so everybody was watching that too. It was kind of fun. You're watching that and the big board and the whole bit. Everybody, and I'm talking about everybody, both sides, 49ers fans, Rams fans, were cheering for the Bengals. And I think maybe the mentality is that, oh, we can beat them.
it's an easier team to
It's
beat.
an easier team to beat than that.
Yeah, because you don't want to be playing the Chiefs and
Patrick
Mahomes.
Yeah. Well, and I'm telling you, it was interesting is because Rams and 49 fans were high-fiving each other watching the Bengal game up on the scoreboard. So, yeah, that was kind of neat. So,
But you know, Joe Burrows, I like him.
Oh, yeah.
He has personality.
Yeah.
He's young. He has some swag to him.
Yeah.
He's going to be a great quarterback.
he's steady. He's just steady. He's like Heber for the Chargers. Just steady, poise. So he would be the first one ever to win the Heisman Trophy, the national championship, and a Super Bowl. He would be the first person ever to win those three. Their Heisman Trophy, national champion, because national championship in college is hard on there, and you've had some Heisman Trophy winners that maybe didn't pan out in the NFL. But I mean, he's doing this in this is his second year.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. It's kind of like we have the Chargers in Hebert here and so forth. He took 8 sacks a couple of weeks ago that they had on him. So he took it, got back up, and won the game.
Yeah.
So I have confidence in Aaron Donald. I'm a huge Ram fan. That guy is just a beast. He is the best player in the NFL, definitely the best in defense in the NFL, and arguably the best player ever in defense. He changes the game.
Yeah.
And he did not record a sack on Sunday, but I'll tell you, he changed plays. There's 3 guys have to guard him. He changed the last play of the game on there when it forces Garoppolo to throw the interception. That's because he had Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald didn't get credit for a sack on that.
But he was the pressure on him.
It was the pressure on him. So that's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I just think that Matthew Stafford, this story is so well written, the Cinderella story. So I'm cheering for the Rams. Let's do. I think the Rams that have the definitely possibility. I think it's exciting here. I am not going to the Super Bowl because number one is it costs too much money. Number two, after my last experience, I can't top that as a high.
Yeah.
It's just I'm still like, yay, that was so cool. And number three, I think I want to be at home where I think I feel
You're
safer.
more, and you're more comfortable.
Yeah.
You have a better view. You don't have to worry about people standing in front of you.
Yeah.
You have better food.
Hey, by the way, I'll tell you the story getting out. Surprisingly, because I had my son pick us up, and we walked about 2 blocks away from there, and he was able to pick us up, turn around. We were home in half an hour.
Really?
So all the people, I can show you some of the tricks on there on how to get out, coming down Manchester and getting away from it before you get on the 110 or on the 105. But it was great experience. My son and I will always have this. So it was. I don't want to tell anybody how much it was, but it was a lot. But I'm glad I did it. Yeah, glad I spent the money.
Super Bowl predictions. What's your score?
I'm thinking, first of all, whatever the scores are, I'm in several of those pools, if you will. I haven't drawn the numbers yet. They haven't. So with my luck, I'll get 9-9 or something. So I'll cheer for 29-19, which is impossible. I'm thinking it's going to be close, but I think it'll be a touchdown. I'm saying 31-24 Rams. 31-24 Rams.
You think this will be a close game?
I think it will be a close game. I think that both teams have enough to make it a close game,
Okay.
and the excitement of it, the errors and so forth. But if Stafford doesn't throw interceptions, which I don't think he will, I shouldn't say that, I don't know, I'm just hoping.
Right.
31-24, what do you say?
You know, I don't think it's going to be competitive. I think this is going to be the game where the Rams defense really comes to play, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Joe Burrows. I'm predicting 27-10 Rams.
Whoa.
I think it's going to be an easy game for them.
Wow. Well, that will mean my stress level for the second half will be a lot better. I'm going to cheer for your prediction instead of mine.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I did buy a square too with a Downey Rotary, and I do have one. I don't even know what my numbers are. I don't know.
Well, we got to figure it out this week,
Yeah.
there to make sure we get it. So, what are you doing? Are you staying at home and watching it?
Going to be at home, very quiet, just watch the game and lots of snacks, and
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy it.
It's so funny is I ordered Porto's deliver at home thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, Porto's has these frozen things that actually are better, I think, because you bake them right before. They're fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
So we ordered potato balls, pastelitos, a couple of desserts and so forth to be delivered this weekend. So they keep frozen and we'll put it on the show. We
Okay.
got Porto's fresh. We got Super Bowl chili. We got all kinds of other stuff that Ann will make. But no matter what, we're going to be watching the Rams on it. I'm just excited.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited.
I'm curious to know what your predictions are. Put them in the comments. Let us know, and it'll be fun to see who gets it right and who comes the closest.
Absolutely. We look forward to it. So I hope you enjoy this condensed version. Two guys talking. We're talking Downey on there with Mario and Eric, but we wanted to get our thoughts in on SoFi and the Super Bowl. I didn't realize you weren't a Rams fan. So I don't know. I'm disappointed a little bit. You're a Chargers fan then, right?
No,
Chargers?
I'm a football fan. I'm a Dodgers fan.
Oh, well,
I'm waiting for the Dodgers to come back, and then I'll get more excited.
We're both there. So there's nothing to being there in our seats at Dodger Stadium. And then, of course, UCLA's got a great team for next year. So sports in Southern California is alive well. Super Bowl, though, here. Eric predicted 27-10. I predicted 31-24. We both predicted the Rams. Have a great time. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this fun part on there. And thanks for listening to Talking Downey with Mario
And Eric.
So, let me tell you about those San Francisco 49ers fans. So here it is. Here's the stadium, okay? We're on the level right here. So these guys decide we're in row 3. Okay, so here we go. Right there is me and right there is Ryan. So these guys decide to stand up here. One's a little short guy, and then there's this big guy. But they're right in front of us. Well, you could see. We're trying to look through the mirror right here and stuff, and the field is right here. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because you know what? We won. We won, and we're going to the Super Bowl. I can't even draw. But these guys here, bad guys, bad guys. And those, don't be a jerk when you're at the stadium, okay? Anyways, go Rams, Super Bowl.